not Jin. Why Jin? Everything is Jin. The whole world is Jin.
I am Jin, she is Jin, you are Jin, we're all Jin.
Everything is Jin.
Welcome back to Rhetorical K-Pop. I'm Kirsten.
I'm Aubrey.
This week we are back with BTS The Most Beautiful Moments in Life 3-part saga.
We are here because of a request. It's the first request we've gotten, and we kind of knew it was coming, and we've kind of been avoiding it.
But we thought it would be a good one to tackle because there is so much talk about it. With that said, we actually have specifically gone out of our way to avoid fan theories just so that we can approach it with fresh eyes and make sure that we're doing an original analysis instead of stealing somebody else's work.
We are going to do a 3-part series for this one. I'm sure it will expand in the future. Our first video is going to be about Jin.
The second one will be about V and his role.
And the third one will be accompanying a blog post, and it will be the wrap-up on the whole overview of the plot.
And they're going to span all 3 videos. We're going to be referencing I Need You, Prologue, and Run, because the story spans across all 3 of them, and there are references between them that we think kind of support our particular reading of this text.
And you can't really separate them anyway. There's too much overlap. Our very brief plot overview that we're just going to spit out and then go back and take apart is that, number 1, Jin is dead. Jin died before the events of I Need You. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is in the prologue, the boys went on a trip to commemorate Jin, but Jin was not there. Mm-hmm. And number 3 is that V kills himself after that trip, which is where we get Run.
Right. It's everyone kind of coping with the grieving process after having lost Jin. And obviously V, since he kills himself, is not successful in his mourning.
When we first see Jin in I Need You, he is dressed in white in a very open, barren, clean room.
Yeah, everything in the room except for pretty much the floor is white. White wafting curtains, white walls. In fact, come to think of it, that's one of the few times we see that high of a concentration of white that is clean. White is a color that is associated with death. Prior to about the past century or so, white was actually a funeral color. So the fact that Jin is in this really white space actually indicates that he is dead. They kind of tell you right from the first moment that you see him that he is removed from everybody else, literally by enclosing him off in a space, but also by removing him color-wise by putting him in the colors of death, meaning he's dead.
Poor Dead Jin.
They want to let you know that right from the beginning so that the actions of the other members throughout the rest of the videos make sense.
This funeral imagery is reinforced with the use of the white Easter lilies, the lily petals that he puts on the floor in the first scene that we see him in.
Yeah, and that's really important because even though they're called white Easter lilies, they actually predominantly are featured at funerals. Dun dun dun.
They're a funeral flower, guys.
And you actually see the white Easter lily pop up throughout the videos and, you know, even appearing on Jin's chest at one point.
Oh, the lighting for that is so gorgeous. I love that scene.
And other places throughout it. So it's, again, telling you Jin is dead. Particularly since the flower petals have been plucked. Like he was plucked from this life. After Jin sets the petals on the floor, you actually see them burst into fire. Which is kind of significant because then the lilies are gone. They are ashes, they are no more. And there's several other moments where they play with this kind of grave imagery, including when they have Jin lay down on the bed in the fetal position where he's in this tight square containery type shot that mimics being in a casket.
He's also in the fetal position, laying curled up on the bed. Also in Run, there is a moment where V pushes Jin up against the wall and uses spray paint to X him out.
Meaning he literally just told you Jin is
Gone. He's been X'd out. He's dead.
Bye-bye.
So much Dead Jin. The first half of the I Need You music video is Jin kind of mourning his own death and trying to accept his own death. But then there is a scene where we see Jin crying right after V has made the poor life choice to go and engage with the man that is abusing the young lady. It's a key rhetorical shift. We see Jin go from mourning his own death to becoming a guardian angel figure.
Which, that guardian angel role is one that carries through the rest of Prologue and Run.
As we are transitioning from I Need You to the Prologue, the last solo shots that are done in the I Need You music video are of both V and Jin.
This is significant because it's kind of acting as a rhetorical shift from Jin as the focus of I Need You to making V the hero or main character that you see in the prologue.
This point is further reinforced by the fact that in the prologue, Jin is
that these devices capture memories. That there is space where we can hold on to the past, so he's only ever present in the past. One particular moment where we see Jin looking at the world through the camera is in the beginning of Prologue. He actually takes a moment and films a butterfly. Now, butterflies are cute and precious and wonderful, but they also have a really significant role in mythology and folklore, which is that they're usually associated with the spirits of the dead. So the fact that we see Jin actually looking at a butterfly and filming it and recording it reinforces that he is a spirit that is present with the boys as they go on this memorial trip, but that he is not actually physically there with them.
If that wasn't enough to prove our point, at the very end of the prologue, after all of the credits have rolled, Jin opens up the
glove compartment.
Thank you. I was looking for a word. Opens up the glove compartment and takes out a picture that was taken during the events of the prologue, and he's not in it.
Which basically reifies Jin wasn't there for any of it. He is literally just present in spirit. So all of the funeral imagery, from the color white to the flowers to the ashes, and even the moments where Jin is handling media, go to prove that he is dead throughout pretty much all of the events. The only times he actually pops up are in spaces of remembering.
If you like this video, you should subscribe and stick around, because we're going to be doing a lot more of these as we have time.
And if you have a different theory or noticed some other cool detail that you want to tell us about, comment below. Join the conversation. Tell us what you think's going on. And if you really, really like this video, give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and keep coming back for more.